This is Joy, the Journey of You podcast. We're your hosts, Devin,
Chris,
and Felicia.
And we're here for joy.
This podcast is your permission slip to reconnect to your inherent joy and to embrace it.
Let's fill up the cosmic joy pot together as we dive into today's episode.
Today's episode is all about receptivity. Receptivity. Because here's the truth, folks, is that if we're living in a receptive mode, we are being curious. We're being open to what life has to offer us, and new things can come in. It's critical in the creative orientation to be receptive. And what tends to happen is most of the time, most of us are projecting. So projection is the alternative to receptivity. What happens in projection is we're assuming things are the way that they are. And so we're projecting the past onto the future, to the future potential, for the future of anything to happen, is we're assuming we know how it is. And when we do that, nothing new is going to be born out of that. Nothing new, nothing exciting, nothing vibrant, nothing that's going to enliven us. And so this is a call into receptivity. And the reason why is that, having learned from my own experience, is as working with creation, is creating is a receiving orientation. And the more that I have intended and consciously been in a receptive state, the more things happen, the more magic happens, the more unexpectedness happens. Like recently, I was in a state where my, ego was worried about a new client coming in and where money was going to come in. And had I projected onto my experience, I egoically would have projected and assumed that it's going to be a struggle and that I'm going to have to work very hard. And to be honest, if I were real honest, I would probably assume I'm not going to get a new client because my ego is going to project onto the future about worries and fears of scarcity. And so having been trained in creative orientation is that I immediately am aware of when I'm in that limited orientation. And then what I do is I switch into, well, let me intend receptivity. What if I switched into receptivity and openness and curiosity in this moment? And when I do that, I genuinely feel my energy field open up and expand. And it's an open, permeable membrane versus when we're in projection, what tends to happen is the energy field closes and now no new information can come in. But also I genuinely feel myself as being blocked and as being locked in on something. And so I'd love to give you that experience so that you can see this real time for yourself in your own energy field versus just taking my word for it. And so it's super simple to do that, folks. So right now, without even doing a circle, I just want you to imagine that you were blocked off, that you are not being receptive. You're just not being receptive. You're assuming that things are the way they are. Even notice as you hear my words, notice how you orient to what I'm saying if you're blocked. If you're projecting onto what you think about me, what you think about my words, what you think about this podcast, anything, notice the projections and the assumptions that you're making right now, and notice how you feel in your own energy field. Does it feel good? Does it feel tight? Do you feel sick? Do you feel nauseous? Be real with yourself. Good. Got a good sense of that? And then now just imagine that field is clear. And now we're going to imagine that you are open, you're receptive, your pores are open, your energy field is open, not unhealthfully open, just healthfully open and receptive. You still have a sense of yourself. You haven't dissolved away into anything, but you're just an open vessel. You have curiosity, innocence of a child. Notice what assumptions you're making here. Notice how your energy field and your body feels. Notice how your point of view and your perspectives on the world, the earth, the happenings of the world, and more importantly, the potential for things to happen in support of you. What's the difference when you're open and receptive? What's your point of view on the potential for great things to happen to you? Yeah. And then I invite you to choose which orientation, which perspective would you like to live in? Make that choice for yourself right now. I personally am going to choose the open, receptive point of view because here's what it gives me. When I'm in the projected, closed off point of view, the world shrinks. I feel very tight. I'm super negative, super depressed, super negatively assumptive. And everything looks dismal, to be honest. It just doesn't look, it's just not worth. It's like, I'm not going to do very much. I'm not going to feel motivated to do very much. I'm not going to feel connected to very much because I'm closed off to everything. And it's just assuming nothing's going in my favor. And then when I go into the open receptive circle, for me, the whole world opens up. It's not clear to me how the universe is going to support me. It's not clear to me what's going to happen, but it's definitely much more hopeful. It's definitely much more open, and it's much more positively assumptive. And it orients me towards joy. It orients me towards the joy of positively expecting that life has great things for me. And what if everything that's to come is better than what's already here? And so that's what I choose, and I'm going to choose from this moment forward to be in a receptive state and allow my energy field and my being and my somatic body to continue to lean into being open and receptive. And that's my invitation for you is what if you played with being open and receptive? What if you played with positive assumptions that whatever's ahead for you could be better than what's happening right now? What if? What if? You got nothing to lose with playing with this. This is all energy. Life's a game. This is a big game for you to play with. And so this is mine as well as all of us at the Journey of You, the Joy podcast, is this invitation for you to come into a state of receptivity. And so what if just today, if just for the rest of the day after you hear this, that you intend to be receptive? What could change? What could happen? I'd love to hear what does happen. Please feel free on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts, please comment. Let us know some of the magic that's happening in your life. We're receptive to it. We're open to it. Are you being receptive and open to what life could offer you? Are you being open and receptive to what this very episode could offer you? What if? What if you were? What if you were? How much bigger could your life be? How much better could you feel in your nervous system? How much more calm, receptive, and open could you be? And how could your reality change? This is all what the work that I do with my clients is all about. This has been a theme this last 2 weeks has been about receptivity and how do we embrace the void? How do we embrace the unknown? Did a masterclass with all of my private clients. It was all about this. It's all about this being in this state of openness and receptivity and the assumption that the void, the unknown, has great things for us. And if we assume that and if we orient from that from an open, receptive state, that's what we're going to experience. So here's your invitation to be open, receptive to experiencing the joy, the wonder, the awe of life. And remember, as airy-fairy as this may sound to you, notice where you're being blocked off even right now as I share this. This is truth, you guys, is that I'm living an expansive life. I'm living in joy. And anything that you might be perturbed by as I share the potential that's here for you, what if that's your opportunity to look at it? What if that's your opportunity to see where could I even be open to what Devin's saying right now? Where am I being closed off to it? Because I'm simply just reflecting to you what's happening inside of you. And so if you're finding yourself being blocked to me, there's something to look at right there. And then maybe choose, what if you were receptive to this notion? What if you were receptive to the idea that you're not as receptive as you might think? What if this is your opportunity to do so? So rather than shaming ourselves, rather than guilting ourselves, just choose from this moment forward to be more open and receptive. I am. Are you? Let us know. Comment below. Let us know how that's going for you. And until next time, here's to your joy. Here's to your full lived joy. May you receive it. Much love. Talk to you soon, everybody.